All right. I should be up on YouTube. Okay. All right. There's some kind of time delay. All right. Somebody come join me. I'm going to put the link in the description. And anybody wants to join me, I'd appreciate it. Good morning. I'm not a very happy American citizen today. In fact, I'm not happy as an American citizen since yesterday. I have tried to uphold the Constitution and its laws and believe that in the Republic and the procedures and rules and regulations. But I now know beyond any shadow of a doubt, our country has been stolen. What are we going to do about it? Remember, we, the Republicans, the patriots, those American citizens who believed that voting made a difference. You're right. Illegal voting, cyber voting, Okay, Chris.
I'll figure this out, and don't look at me. I'm atrocious, but I'm real. I'm try to do this and mod at the same time.
Okay. I'm going to continue on here, Chris. Okay,
Yeah,
get
you
my
go
little
right
monologue out of the way.
Yep, go for it.
This election was absolutely stolen.
This thing.
Sorry, disclaimer. Thievery is thievery. The problem is, had the Democrats if none of them had voted for FBJ, we wouldn't be in the state that we're in. And every last one of you should be held guilty of having committed in aiding and abetting the enemy. If you belong to an NGO that's assisting in this crime against America,
committed in aiding.
What? Chris, I'm going to mute your mic for a minute. You are aiding and abetting the enemy. You are assisting the terrorist, treasonous, Homeland Security Mayorkas in committing multiple massive crimes. Had the Senate given you an opportunity to see all of the evidence that the mainstream media has been keeping from you, you would re-register to vote as a Republican. Get out now before it's too late. Because if you are in fact claiming to be a Democrat, when the Republican citizenry of this country takes it back, you can be held. All of those people in World War II who openly claimed to be Nazis were taken to the Nuremberg trials. If you wish to avoid such an incident in your life, re-register to vote today. What Schumer did yesterday was to deprive you of knowledge of truth and fact. And every single Democrat voted to do the same. If you have a Democrat leader anywhere in your state, city, or county, go to them. Call them. Email them. Let them know. As long as they continue to declare themselves Democrats, they are on the U.S. American Republic's most wanted list. That they need to change their party now. It's time to make a move. Call every single Democratic senator. I don't care if they're your senator or not. They are representing the whole of the United States when they voted yesterday. And they need to be held accountable. It is not what our Constitution requires the Senate to do. The Senate must hold a trial so that the American people and the mainstream media can't hide the truth. After the vote yesterday, the senator from Utah held a filibuster in the Senate concerning this. And you know what? A, B, C, N, D, C, C, N, N, and all them other 3-letter alphabet informant, tyrannist, treasonous media walked out. They did not report on it. Forbes did. Go back and watch it. Find out what the evidence was that they did not want to come to light. There was no defense. It was ironclad. It wasn't a perfectly good phone call. It has his decisions, Mayorkas's decisions, has lost nearly 4,000 unaccompanied babies. Where are they? Mayorkas's Homeland Security has allowed up to 17 million unvetted human beings into our country for us to house, clothe, feed, and employ, and to eventually raise up arms against us. Shipping container after shipping container of weapons have entered our border. Some of them in shipping containers are rocket launchers that can launch anything from biochemical to nuclear weapons and can be sitting in any Chinese-owned farm anywhere in the United States. Be aware. Open your eyes. Know what's happening. It's time to make a move. Demand all Democrats in the Senate step down and recuse themselves immediately. Otherwise, you voting Democrats, if you were just the getaway car driver, you're still guilty of the bank robbery. If you were just the guy at the door, making sure nobody came in, you're just as guilty as the rapist inside. If you continue to claim to be a Democrat, you will be held accountable by the American people. Don't forget, we, the people, control this country. It's time to take action. And today we're going to talk about that action. What is it that we can do from our armchair in today's world? What we can do on our feet. It's time. Okay, I'm through talking. Chris, you're unmuted there. Troy, hello. Come on up on panel.
Messing with all these things here.
MGB, join me on panel, honey. Do I need to repost the link? Or Chris, can you post that link and put it up for me, please?
Oh, let's see here. I'll do my very best because it's on my phone and I'm on my modding on my laptop. Okay, I can't.
Oh,
I'm on panel with the phone and modding with the laptop, so this gets pretty kind of hairy. Let me see here. And I can't see. Let me see. I can't see the chat on my phone. You sent me that thing. Oh, hang on here. Hang on. I got you. I got it. Got it. Hang on. Just a second. Just a second now. I got it. Just hang on. Give me a minute here. Give me a second.
okay.
You did that. Now, why did it do that? Okay.
They unfortunately don't believe that. Let me see if I can do this.
Okay.
They unfortunately don't believe that, and they haven't been held accountable. Schumer
Here we go.
and the Senate Democrats voted to not have a trial and just to recuse Mayorkas of all crimes yesterday.
Yeah, it's no longer a felony to lie to Congress, is what happened yesterday.
No, that's true. It's no longer a felony to lie to Congress, honey.
No
It's
longer.
not.
I watched
A
it.
felony, a misdemeanor, a high misdemeanor is like a class A misdemeanor. That's a high crime. Okay? A felony is even a higher crime. You don't mind it so much when they take you in for a misdemeanor traffic ticket, but you really do mind when they take you in for murder. Okay?
Yep.
But guess what? Lying to Congress is a class A felony, punishable for up to 20 years.
Not anymore as of yesterday, though. I watched
But
it.
as of yesterday, it's
Yeah.
not a crime to lie to Congress. So all these assholes who lied on J6, all these assholes, excuse me, I'm gonna probably get this probably gonna get taken down, so y'all better be saving it. Saving it. I'm pissed. I have not been this angry in God knows how long. I don't like angry thoughts. Angry thoughts are negative, but I have positive thoughts about this. I'm positive that the American people, under the guidance of the Almighty Maker and our founding fathers' wisdom, can cause an uprising of voices. Y'all get upset on these chat rooms when people talk about you. It bothers you. Let's see, it's kind of like a scratch, an itch you just can't quite reach.
Now it's yinging out. Oh, that's what happened.
Okay? Anyway, we need to become an itch under the skin of Senate Democrats. Just a little itch. That harmless little bug bite. When they can't get out on their phones because the phone lines are jammed. Their emails are bombarded. Their text messages are full. We need to make sure we become that little itch. And those of you, I'm not contemplating any cyber wonderful human beings out there could do it, but I got a funny feeling that there's some kind of citizen American patriot out there that knows a little bit about hacking. It's time we went to war with them. All of them. Let's give them some amnesty, though. If you're an uninformed Democrat and you don't at least listen to the other side of the argument, that makes you a stupid Democrat. And part and parcel to all the crimes that have been committed under the Biden administration, as you chose to put him in office. And therefore, you can be held accountable. You can be held accountable by your neighbors. We need to go back to the old school way of punishing the people in our community who disobeyed the laws. If you run into a Democrat anywhere, anyone who openly claims to be a Democrat, turn your back to them. Refuse to face them. If you are a citizen reporter, point your camera, but turn your back. Never face them. It's an itch. Okay? It's a bug bite that you cannot reach to scratch. If you know anyone who owns a business who claims to be a Democrat and is registered as so, you can check them out. I'm sorry, voter registration is a matter of public knowledge. Find out who's registered to be a Democrat in your city. Let's start right there. And when you run into those people, you turn your back to them. If there's any t-shirt makers out there, entrepreneurs, I got one for you. Make a list of all the Senate Democrats presently in office in the Senate. Let's hold them all accountable and put it on the t-shirt. We want their name and what state they're from on the t-shirt. Should also include their office phone number. If someone can do a meme or create a poster that can start going viral out here, then let's do so. Let's fight them openly. Let's declare that all, not one, not Trump, not Biden, no one human being. Schumer needs a good, in the old days, we'd have just tarred and feathered him and run him out on a rail. But it's a new world. Jam his signals from his house, his phone. You guys, some of you guys out there are smart. And if you know anybody who's smart, share this with them. Share this YouTube stream with them, okay? Yes, Julius, it's embarrassing to have some people turn your back on them. It's embarrassing what they've done to us, okay? Our English Constitution and 10 Commandments is all that's needed.
Yeah, I believe No Be Noble is from Britain or England or over there across the pond.
Yes, Nabi is a very different human being. I love him dearly. Okay.
Right.
Yes, I believe that they all need to be prosecuted for aiding and abetting. Every single NGO volunteer. You're guilty. As an accessory to murder, rape, trafficking, drugs, deaths, crimes, you're guilty. Now, there's an amnesty period here. Remember, we're Republicans. We believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. If you are totally unaware that the crime even happened and are willing to change your ways and join us in fighting this treason, corruption, and takeover of our country, it's easy. Go down to your local welfare office, get a post office or wherever, and get yourself a new registration card declaring that you switched. I don't know. No. If that's what's going on up there, if that's what they're doing, if that's the crimes they have committed, oh my God, I don't want to be any part of that. Oh God, I couldn't become a Republican quick enough. I couldn't live with that on my conscience. I don't have it on my conscience. I did not. I am one of those who didn't fall for any of their BS. I'm a pureblood. I didn't fall for it. I have never voted to take down our country. I took an oath, and I'm fighting for my Constitution and to uphold the rule of law. I'm fighting, and I feel like I'm fighting alone. I have put up a panel today. Joe Nagy. No, Joe. You have too many rhinos. I ain't talking about the people up there at the Capitol building that we're going to start turning our back on. Yeah, we always said fight it locally. How local do you want to fight it? Your next door neighbor? That's how locally we need to fight it. Let's start posting the Democratic registry for your city, county, and state. You understand? Do not do business with a declared Democrat business owner. Do not go to the clerk at the grocery store that is a declared by registry a Democrat voter. Turn your back to them. Do not commerce or trade with them. You can't fight it in D.C. Okay? It's time we fight it locally. Perhaps your neighbors are going to wonder why everyone turns their back to them. We want to know why. There's your opportunity. God will kick open doors for you, and you're going to have an opportunity to present them with the facts. What humor would not let them see, and the mainstream media would not tell you. Therein lies the change. But it starts with passive resistance. Go to your employer and ask to fill out a new W-4 form. It's very simple. Remember, we used to have some really smart people in the Treasury Department. At the bottom of that form, you're going to find a little square box where you're going to place an X. The words beside that box is going to say exempt. All that means is you are refusing to allow your employer to take tax out of your paycheck. You become responsible for your own taxes. Remember that. You might want to put it in a savings account or a Christmas Club account or something and draw interest on it until it becomes April 15th of next year. Really simple. Now you have taken away their allowance. Once you take away their money, remember, it's all about the money and the power. It is the collective money of the American citizens that gives them the ability, in reality, to do what they are doing. Of course, they're printing money out of thin air right now. But if they don't have the taxpayer dollar, it puts a real kink in their budgets. Okay? We have to stand up. Now, the truckers, they've attempted on many occasions. The one time in D.C., they were fighting it on the wrong level. Right? They were not prepared for what we had, the amount of people that actually showed up. They were not prepared to, they didn't have the other elements because America was just beginning to wake up from a very, very deep, destructive sleep. They were beginning to realize that the dream was really a nightmare. And if we don't do something about it, if we, me, you, and all those you share this little live with, I've only got 2 people up here. Look, panel, I'm willing to discuss anything. I don't sit here and read. And Chris, if I know you're busy modding other people, so I'm unable to read everything everyone is saying. Okay? That's right. All you're doing is waiting until tax season to pay.
Yeah.
You know, all you're doing is waiting. You're not letting them have your money to play with all year long, while they run up a debt that almost far exceeds the amount you pay in. It all goes to interest. Are you tired of paying for bad budgeting? Would you run your interest up to equal and exceed your income per month? So we start there. First thing tomorrow morning, or first time, as soon as you see this and watch it, I want you to pass this on, because guys, it ain't going to go anywhere without some shares, some likes, and things like that. It's not going to go anywhere. No one's going to hear my voice. Okay? And I know I'm not some famous human being out there, but I have a voice. I'm an American citizen. I'm a vet. And I love my country with all my heart, soul, and my mind. That is never been in question ever. I've been fighting for constitutional rights and liberties since I was 7 years old. I'm 69. And I have never quit fighting for the rights of people, my country, my community. I will have fought for you. And I'm telling you right now, when we say it starts at home, let's start with the little people. The me's, the you's, the I's, the neighbors, the we's. I'm going to call out somebody right now. And it's probably going to cost me a whole lot of friendship. But there's a man I admired. I admired this man so much. I appreciate talent. His talent has never been in question. Never. And I used to go, I'd pay and get a season pass every year to go see one show. And I regret to say that was the Front Porch Pickers. One day I was waiting. In fact, it was the last time I went to Silver Dollar City. I was waiting for the show to begin, and I was just chit-chatting with some folks. I told you, I'm an open book. And I said, one of these days we're going to have to get rid of them demons up there in those Demis, that's what I called them. Those Demis there in D.C. And this certain person, he got really tiffed. He got pissed. First time I'd seen that here in the Ozarks. Never ran across that before. And he walked away and we talked a minute. And he says, Mona, I'm a Democrat. I said, but but you can't really back Antifa and Black Lives Matter and all this shooting and rioting and killing. Yes, I do. I believe in Black Lives Matter and Antifa. I am a Democrat. Broke my heart to see such a talented, influential person openly declare that he backs the likes of Mayorkas, Antifa, Biden, Pelosi, Schumer. Really? And that's Walt, guitar picker. Plays down at there in Cape Fair, the fish restaurant now and then. But I ain't been back. Danny left. I don't know, maybe Danny was the reason I came anyway. Danny Akins, I love that man. I love that man to the moon and back. He's a proud Navy vet, proud of his country, a real freedom fighter. Same way I feel the way it is with Beck and Becker. I think they're wonderful. But Walter Morris broke my heart. But he's guilty. At this point in time, as far as I know, he's still a Democrat. Still backing Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And if that is so, I've had to turn my back on him. Completely. But he has an amnesty time. Now there's amnesty between now and November 5th for redemption. All you Democrats out there, all this that haven't went in and re-registered, but you changed your mind after seeing this stuff, you still got time. Go re-register. Change the voter roll. Make sure they take you off of the Democratic registry when you re-register. Demand that they take you off of it so that they ain't got something to steal. They can't steal your name and your address and all and vote for you. Okay? Make sure you do that. But you need to go in and re-register. Do you know that if we had a massive re-registry of Democrats in a single week that changed and switched from Democrat to independent or Republican, you know what? DC would notice, probably get more notice than those 70-mile long convoys going around the Beltway. They got noticed. You know what? 500,000 people changed their registration in a week from a Democrat to a Republican. They're going to take notice. Okay, somebody come up here and talk to me. I want somebody else's opinion, even if you agree with me. But if you disagree with me, I'm open to hearing both sides of the story. Something Democratic senators refused to do.
Miss Mona, I put a link to a website in the chat there. It's called Citizen Portal AI. And it's the easiest way I know of that I have found yet to get a hold of your Congress people nationwide. It will work for anyone, any state, anywhere in our 50. Just go there and mess with it. It's all I can tell you to do. I tried to do a live with it one time, but it's the easiest way I know. It will pull all of your local in your state and whatnot. And they want money for it, but it's free. You don't have to really pay. And on the local level, it will list all of your local, your representative, your district, your governor, and it'll give you all the information. It should put you in touch with them the easiest way, because like Arkansas has their own little site. The governor here has one site. Then my District 1 representative Bowman's got another site, which boy, I don't like him. And then our
Chris
got another one, and
Chris.
So yeah,
there's another one for this. There's one that they have to get, and that's the USSenate.gov.
Right.
US.gov gives you every single phone number and office address of every single senator in the United States, what state they're from, their contact information. And then if you go on to, like I go on to Missouri
Yep.
Senate.gov,
Right.
I could go on to Branson.org. Okay. It's an org because it's a city. Okay. It's a not for profit city. Okay. But I can go to each of those and find them too.
Well, the one I just told you about does all that for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Look, I'm just a dumb hillbilly and I have figured it out. So anyone can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris.
It does all that for you.
Is this it?
I posted it in the chat. It's a citizenportal.ai.
You're a mod. Turn it blue. Make it a link. Can you?
See here. No, I can't do it. It won't let me do that. Let me see here. Pin. Well, see, I'm a mod on YouTube, not on StreamYard. Let me see here. No. Yep. I can't do it from that end.
Okay,
See,
well,
I don't have a chat there on this, so
yeah, I copy and paste it into your search bar, folks. I mean, we're all smart enough to do that.
yeah, I'll put it in. I'll do it again.
So what's your opinion, Chris? I'm through talking for a little bit.
Well, I agree with you, but there's part of the deal. There's a solution to all this, but no one wants to do it. It's like when we did the convoys. That's where I learned all about it. Call your local people. It starts at the local and work your way up, but no one wanted to do it. I joined my Republican committee here, District 1 Public Republican Committee, and there's like one or two of us that were really hardcore about getting a hold of people. The rest of them just show up. And then no one really wants to do anything. They don't want to not, they're too scared to not pay their taxes. That's one way to do it. And then no one wants.
You know what? The amount of money, let's say that you normally end up paying $5,000, you might get some back, but you're paying in, you paid in $10,000, okay, over the period of the year in income tax. Now, if you took that same amount of money and you stuck it in, let's say, a Christmas club account, drawing 5%, 3% interest, or an IRA, 1 year short-term IRA, if you just took your tax money every month or every week and you went down to your local gold selling store and bought you some gold coins, and you put them in a fireproof box in a very hidden place, and you wait, okay?
Yep.
When tax time come on February 15th, you could take what you needed of that gold, which would be a lot less than all of it. You'd just take what you needed, and you'd go back to the gold buy and seller place, and you'd sell it and get the dollar value and pay your taxes. But instead, we just go ahead and we hand them the money and say, well, give me back what you don't use at the end of the year. Why? That's ludicrous. Don't do it.
Yeah. That's the legal way to do it.
And it really does help, because if you figure out what percentage of tax you actually had to pay this year, okay, and up to a few dollars, once you reach that amount in gold, okay, you got extra money to spend on food. That's going through the roof. And if you don't got it, folks, you better get it, because it's going to go away.
Yep. It's not if, it's when. My
Know
deal
this.
is the way I seen it, you're still paying them money, and that's the thing. They're still going to get their money. It's just they're going to get it on your terms. I'm talking about quit giving them money. Period.
Well, it becomes a little difficult, Chris, because every time you go to the grocery store and you buy something, they take a piece. Every time you go and you buy a car, they take a piece. They won't let you drive on the roads unless you got a tag.
It didn't say it was going to be easy.
You got a piece of paper in your pocket with your name and everything on it.
Yep.
But
didn't say it was going to be easy. Just said it was real simple.
But it's real simple with the income tax.
It's simple, right? So hard though. See the way they've got it. It's real simple. Just quit giving them money. Period. Quit shopping at the grocery stores. Throw your phone in the garbage. And no.
Well, Chris, you and I both know you and I both know you're asking for the impossible. I want to ask for the possible. I want to ask.
Not impossible. Wait a minute now. Hang on.
Baby steps, okay?
It's not completely impossible, but yeah, I know. I hear you. I understand what you're saying.
You're asking for something that will not happen. What I'm asking for can happen. If people would just go re-register and change their declaration of who they're going to vote for. Okay, once you get in that booth, that decision's yours. But to let people know that you're not happy, you need to go re-register and change your affiliation to either independent or Republican. Those are your other two choices. I don't think I'd go with the Green Party. I don't think they're even running anybody. But I were you, and then go into my employer. I'm not employed. I can't do that. If I were employed, I could do that so easily. I just go in and say, hey, I need to change my W-4 form. So they hand you your W-4 form and a new one. You rip up the old one, fill out the new one, and make sure you list every single, you don't have to list but one or two, of your, list everybody, okay, or however you have to put it on there. But all you really got to do is go to the bottom, I believe it's the left-hand corner of the W-4 form, and put a little X in that box that says exempt. Don't pay attention to the reasons you can be exempt, because there's pages of reasons. Those are just examples of reasons. Put an X in the exempt box. At that point, your check gets bigger every week. Remember, save a little. Buy some gold with little every week. You want the government to be responsible for their budget? You need to be responsible for your budget. I want people to do something. Now, as of tomorrow, I'm going to be compiling my email list, because I will do a group email out to every single senator in Congress that voted to not hold Mayorkas accountable, not hold a trial, as the Constitution demand that they hold a trial, and that was their only job, to seat a court once the impeachment. He has been impeached. The House does the impeachment. The Senate only hears the evidence, and Schumer and all the Democrats, all of them, not one of them, voted to hold a trial. So remember that. That is the ones we've got to start creating the itch. We become the mosquito that just buzzes around their ear. We become that. Damn. Man, can't get nothing done. I'm too busy swatting flies or mosquitoes. Okay? Keep buzzing their ears and buzz them as often as you possibly can. And it's easy. You just, with a pat sentence, you can make a paragraph, put it in your bookmarks, copy and paste it down anytime you want to into a 51 senators. And at the same time, you need to send a thank you note to every House member that voted to impeach and say thank you. Two sides of every coin. Anybody going to come up on panel? Chris, how many do I have watching on YouTube? Any? 8?
I'm showing 9 people.
Okay. Hey, there's 9 people on here.
8 now.
We can get the link and y'all can come up and give me your opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you got a different strategy, or perhaps you're just listening to good old common sense and would rather listen than talk, and that's fine too. I don't know. I'm so angry. I've gone back to smoking. Y'all gonna have to pray for me to get this up again. Right now, it's a little hard. I'm letting y'all know this right now. I've done my ranting. You've all heard me. If you need to recap, go back and watch it over again. YouTube will probably take it down. I'm too blunt. I'm too outspoken. But I have my opinion. And I really think and believe and uphold the First Amendment. Everyone has a right to their opinion. Okay? Everyone has a right to do drugs, but that doesn't mean I have to join in their stupidity.
Yeah.
I don't have to hang around them. Well, the Democrat way of thinking is poison to the American people. And if you listen to it, you're slowly but surely going to be consumed and addicted to it. Remove yourself now. And unlike a meth habit, it doesn't have to stay in your body for years. You just need to get off of it now. The it is the Democratic voter rolls. Remove yourself today. If someone knows how to clip this stuff and save it, I don't know if you can or not. If someone can, what I just said should be a commercial. We should be putting it out there. Any Democrat does not wish to be part and parcel to the crimes of the Homeland Security Mayorkas, equally guilty in all his crimes. Remove yourself from the Democratic voter rolls today. Change your registration and make sure that you are removed from the Democratic side of the rolls. It's easy, folks. It'll be the best therapy you've ever had. You will become unaddicted to believing lies. that you can tell in Congress and it's not a crime. Yeah. I don't think that's going to hold up. I don't think the American people are going to put up with that. I believe in the people of America. I've seen what we can do when we put our minds together. Well,
we'll all know when it hits us in our ass, and go for them too. And I'm no prophet, but there'll be the day, and it may be sooner than we really want, but an actual million or more man march on that place. That's the only other answer that would actually do a actual physical result of any kind of remedy to what has happened to our country and our Constitution, is for every person able to walk, go in there on foot and let them know what for. And it's unpopular. It's got a lot of people. There are people, in jail right now about it, and it's not easy, but it's so simple. People are scared, and that's what they've got everyone down to, scared and fed. And a feller told me a long time ago, and I just didn't understand it. They want us scared and they want us fed. I didn't understand that till now. And that's the thing, it's not too late. I thought there for a minute I was wondering, but it's just not.
Chris, I know that I know that my maker is not going to let this planet just cease to exist. Okay.
Well, now, and it's in. Now, I'll say this: I'm not trying to argue with you, but it's in there. He will destroy all of this by fire one day. That he will rebuild and build a new one. It's in there in Revelation. I can't remember where, but it's in there.
Right, and he doesn't say a new planet; he says a new world. Okay.
And when Jesus comes again, it will be wrath. It will not be Christmas. It will be wrath. When the Lord's had enough, and that's the God the Father. Jesus don't even know when that's coming, when he's coming.
The thing is Chris, is what I'm talking about is, January 6th. Okay.
Yep.
Everybody claimed, not everybody, because there's a whole lot of us smart people, but a lot of people claimed that it was an insurrection. It ain't been charged as one.
Yeah, it was just a protest.
If they keep it after what Schumer did yesterday, it's my opinion that they need to find out what a real insurrection looks like.
That's what I was talking about. It takes at least 1 million people on foot, not horse, not buggy, not trucks, not foot.
1 million won't do it.
Bodies, American citizens.
Okay, the Tea Party Patriot Movement was able to physically shut down D.C. from all entrances and exits by filling every single street with people. We had 250 million people on the streets of D.C. for the Tea Party Patriot Movement.
Yep. Okay, so we don't need 1 million people. That's progress there.
Well, we need 250. We need 250,000 or better. Yep. We had 1 million there on the 1 Million Man March. It's time to have a 2 million man march.
Yep.
And never walk into D.C. Cut D.C.
What does that do? I mean, you're gonna have to go up in there, shut the door. I don't know. I'm after. It's results. I ain't trying to start nothing. I'm just saying what there is. It's
Yeah.
our option.
No, I'm just saying you
No
never go,
guns,
you don't
no
enter,
guns, no phones, no pets. You. That's it.
you
That's all
don't.
you need. Flesh and blood. Wear some clothes, but
What I'm saying is that you do not enter the foreign country. You cut that foreign country off. You let the people inside that country know that they are under a citizen's emergency evacuation. Evacuate the city. You have 8 hours to evacuate the city. And you put 2, 4, 10 million people all the way around the border of DC.
right. You know, you just give me an idea.
And then you cut them off. Nothing goes in,
Yeah.
nothing comes out. Let them know. Remember the rule of law and order? We have the power to encircle that foreign country. We have the power to immediately set a citizens' grand jury to remove the District of Columbia from the United States Capitol. At that point, you have enough people to create a constitutional republic in, I don't know, Missouri. Move the capital to the heart of the country.
Yep. What do you know about it?
Why
Go ahead.
you put your capital on a coast where it is so vulnerable to attack? Why would you do that?
Well, and again, it's you, boy. You got me thinking. Because what do you know about the U.S. Virgin Islands?
That's where everybody's running to. All them people.
Well, how about we go there? Mm-hmm. Just go where they are. They don't need to be in D.C., do they? Because here's what's going to happen. I've listened to too many people. I don't have anything else to do all day but try and keep up with it. And from what I've gathered from between 5, 6 different sources, that's where they're all headed. And that place ain't but so big. And so you don't really need their physical addresses just to that many people showed up. I know there's a lot of water, but I don't know. Don't let them get away. It's just a thought. I never considered that. That's where they're all going to bail, and they're all going to. You're not going to. That's what They're all going to bail once it's over.
Once they're on that island, they're like it's like fish in a barrel, honey.
Yep. Yep.
We have to keep our eye. Monkey Works is going to let us know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to keep our eye on what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'll check on my dog.
Right on. Those that have served this country and those that are serving now, along with the police, need to decide whether they truly abide by the oath they took. If that happens, there's no way we could lose. Yep. Get that right, Shield.
100% correct. Shield, why don't you come up on panel, honey? Let's talk.
Oh, yeah.
We just got, the thing is it's got to start. We've tried that. Remember? We were nose to tail on the Beltway. 95 miles long.
Yeah.
We had said opportunity to cut off DC. But fear of financial loss and
Yep.
personal freedom, it never came to pass. What I'm saying is that I'm going to start finding, I'm going to go over, I've got, as if anyone doesn't know, oh, dang it. Got to get her in here. Come on, baby.
Amen, child. The only fear you should have is the wrath from God above. Amen. The upside to that, too, is it applies to them. It doesn't matter how many demons they carry. They're still people, too, and every knee will bow and every tongue will confess that day. So,
Well,
it's the upside.
The thing about it is, Chris, is that it's, most every big war in this world has ever always happened because of one person's belief in good and evil. Okay?
Yep. And
this is a war of good and evil. And if your neighbor, and I need to make that clear, people, it's time we start fighting each other. That's what they wanted all along. That's their goal, is for us to be fighting with each other.
I don't agree with that at all. But you go ahead.
That's their goal. They want us to be that way, but we need to bring it down to the street level. My neighbor is not going to know what Mayorkas has done to this country if we don't find a way to tell them, because they're never going to hear it. Yep. And if we turn around and go, hey, I can't talk to you, you're on the Democratic voter rolls, I'm sorry. Yeah. It opens the door. They're going to go, well, wait a minute. What do you mean? As I see it, anyone who votes Democrat is part and parcel to murder and sex trafficking and drug trafficking. And I can't associate with someone who's part and parcel to that stuff. And, the conversation begins. The next thing you know, that neighbor of yours no longer your enemy.
That's what I mean.
And has registered to be on your side.
Yeah.
We've got to start forcing our neighbors to cross the line.
Yep. It's a daily battle.
And you've got to do it all day long. Do it in the grocery stores. The thing is when I got to get my feet taken care of. I have my MRIs Monday, and we'll find out what they're going to do to help me be able to walk again. But in the meantime,
I'm going
over to the county. I'm going over to the county election bureau, election office, okay? And I'm going to take a look at the Democrat voter rolls. I want to physically put my eyes on the Democrat voter rolls. Now, all it's going to do is give me a person's name, okay? But it's a matter of public record, right?
Yep.
And it's real easy on Facebook and X and Rumble and Truth and Getter and Gab to post their names. I'd like you to know the Democrats in your city. The city of Branson, Missouri has X number of Democrats registered, and they are, and I list them by name. Call them out. Put the red swastika band on their arm so that they might be known. Isn't that what they did before? The Christians had to wear the Jews had to wear a star on their body in order to be seen in public. I require that all Democrats take that red band swastika, because that's what you are, and put it on your arm so that we may know our enemies. I know I'm going to get taken down.
Yeah, they got me shadow banned on Facebook, Twitter. I'm not ever big on Twitter anyway, but I used to share a lot of things, and it from the convoy on, it got me shadow banned so hard no one sees my stuff.
You know,
Messenger don't even work. It's dumb. I don't know, and I don't have any real, friends. There's a number, there are names, but no
there
one.
are 9 people watching us right now. And if each of those 9 people were to share this with 2 people and ask them to do the same, we could get this plan out there. Now, the plan's real easy. Have people change their W-4 form and mark exempt. That's step number 1. Step number 2, find out who in your city or town is registered as a Democrat and go to their home and convince them to change their registration. Okay? Number 3 is go collect the names of all the Democrats in the Senate and start emailing them, calling them, texting them to resign immediately or be held accountable for Mayorkas's crimes as a participant in them. Let them know that in your mind, they are held accountable for his crimes by not hearing the evidence. They knew the evidence was unrefutable. They knew that there was no defense for it. So therefore, they chose not to even have a trial. And in the process of doing that, made it so it's not a high crime or a felony or a crime to lie before Congress. Setting precedents.
Yep.
It's Schumer. In the state, I don't remember where Schumer's from. Do you, Chris?
I have no clue.
Anyway,
I'll find out.
Remove the Speaker of the House. Inform every single senator to remove him immediately. He needs to be removed. You can't impeach a senator, but you can vacate his seat. And he needs to be removed immediately. Especially when you realize as a senator, if any of you are out there and have connections with some of the Democratic senators that was that voted yesterday, let them know that they are guilty of the same as guilty as the getaway driver in a bank robbery. Just as guilty. And we, the American people, will never forget and will never.
New York.
You're done. Finish.
Wikipedia says Schumer is in his 5th Senate term, making him the longest serving U.S. Senator from New York, having surpassed Daniel Patrick Moynihan and Jacob K. Javits in 2023. And he's the dean of New York's congressional delegation. He's from Brooklyn.
Time to be Harvard and ran out of town on a rail.
Went to Harvard. Let's see, served 9 terms in the United States House of Representatives from 81 to 99. So that's why we have term limits, but they don't want that because they can't get rich. It should be a lot of things should be legal. They should, in trading, they shouldn't be trading. It's conflict of interest, but they have all these. They have lawed us into corners, and they've about lawed us out of our bridges, out of our. They were lawed us out of our country. Yesterday, all they did, and they set precedent, sets law, and wow, though. Yesterday was big. It was historical, and no one was there to see it. Hardly anyone was there. What was there, 2 press agents? They wouldn't show anything. All I got was, I don't know if you saw the same one I did, but Ted Cruz was telling that there's no press corps. MSM won't let you. They don't. They're all in cahoots. They're slick, but I just don't. I don't know. They're slick.
Well, Chris, we've about beat this dead horse.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got some word out, but let me recap on other things for a moment. All right, guys, the Convoy of Honor. If anyone's here looking for any information concerning what's happening with the Convoy of Honor, here's the scoop so far. We're trying, Soup Mama is going to be, I guess, trying to put together a panel so we can all discuss this, but I have got to take care of this right away. You see, this year's Convoy of Honor falls on a weekend, and it is the weekend of Veterans Week, which means that this city is going to start filling up quickly. And since Table Rock State Park is right here, it will fill up very fast. So reservations need to be made now. I have here a permit. This is to allow us to use the State Park Pavilion. I'm going to go to one screen here in a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to allow us to use the state park for the entire 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, the pavilion, the whole park area. And it's going to allow us to have our vendors and God and Country stage and those sort of things for those 4 days at the state park on the weekend of Veterans Week. But we've got to get that reservation in now. Okay. At some point, we are going to have to find a way to buy insurance. They are going to require us to have general event insurance. Okay. So that's going to be a cost. All right. And I have no ideas. There are some others out there that's done this that probably know what those costs usually come to. But it has to be filled out. And the reservation fee to have the pavilion park for the 4 days is going to be $300. Okay, $300. I have 50. Cash app, $ bug tussling. Chris, can you add my Cash app to or you can't do that, can you? I'm going to put it in here, folks, because if you really want us to have a great time at the Convoy this year, we're going to need, there it is. Thank you, Chris. We're going to need to get this $300 and this signed permit in ASAP. Now, $300 for that huge state park recreational area and pavilion with bathrooms, grills, fire pit, everything else is going to be, is cheap, guys. Camping is cheap. Okay. For vets, it's only $11 or I think $12. I think it went up $1, but maybe $12 now, but it's still cheap per night for Boondock Camping. And they do have hot and cold running showers and flushing toilets over there. So, please, if anyone is planning to come, I need 30 people to donate $10. Okay. I need, 15 people to put in $20. But I need a little money to help me out here to make this event happen. And due to the timing of our event being November the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, departing on the 12th, we're going to have to do it now.
When does this have to be in? One more time.
I need to have it as soon as possible. Somebody will snatch it. Until I have that reservation made Anybody
paid
can
on
come
the
in.
first.
Huh?
I get paid on the first,
Okay.
and I can't afford $300, so I don't know. I can pledge about 25.
Hey, $1
I got
helps.
to the first.
I need 300 people to donate $1. It's called mass donation
Yeah.
here.
What's the deadline? When does that have to be in?
As soon as I get the total of $300, I will go over and make that reservation immediately.
Okay. Well,
I
that
have-
reservation is by when?
But it isn't by when, it's by now.
Okay.
You don't understand. It's Veterans Week in Branson, Missouri. Okay. The number one tourist attraction for veterans in the United States. And we will have probably end up with about 300,000 people in a 6-mile radius for that.
When is that happening again?
Huh?
When is that happening again?
November the 8th through
November 8th.
the morning of the 12th.
8th through 12th. Let me just make a note here. November 8th. Okay. Yeah, I wrote that down. I got it. What that's for.
I'm not going after him. And personally, I think we need to first start by changing the voter rolls. We need to get our neighbors registered. If they're not registered, they need to be registered either independent or Republican. They need to not be registered Democrat. We've got to change that. If they are registered Democrat, we're going to have to convince them to change their affiliation or be held accountable. Okay? Because I'm telling you, we the people are going to take our country back. We will get our country back. And when we get it back, if you are a registered Democrat, you are going to be like a Chinaman during or a Jap during World War II, okay, in this country. You're going to be ousted. So don't do that. Change your voter registration rule today. Okay, that's what I have to say, MGB. I know they're not going to care, but they will. But we got to work neighbor to neighbor. We got to get our community together, have a block party and discuss it. I know what, have a block party and air the Forbes thing after the vote yesterday to the public on a big screen and just get their attention. It's the evidence that the Democrats will never let you see in public. If you have a church with a big screen, play it. Oh. Oh. Okay, Chris. You're going to have to send that to my Facebook Messenger, darling. I can't get it on this phone.
What's happening?
That message you sent me?
I sent you a message?
Wait a minute.
What? I'm confused.
No, this is from Josh Hawley. This is from Josh Hawley. I talked to the president. This is from my senator. Just a moment. I talked with my President Trump, and he wanted me to extend you this invitation. Okay. All right. No, it's an invitation to something. I'll take care of that later. All right.
What was I supposed to be sending you?
It wasn't. It was the way I was looking at my phone.
Right on. I did. Right.
You're Julius. I'm going to show you what this is good. You're right. Schumer wanted it all this way. Now we take over America. He said it. No, now we take over Schumer. That man should never, ever have a good night's sleep again. Okay, we need to play the JC visual ant bug demon. We need to get a bullhorn like hers and use some of her tactics outside the home of shifty, slick Schumer. Maybe we can help to affiliate his medical health conditions. I don't think we should play fair. Okay? You have a right to protest. Yeah, you're going to get arrested. Okay? Probably. But I'm going to tell you what. You put 20 bullhorns with their microphones hitting up against a boombox. I know you can't. There's a law. Aside, quiet time. But quiet time ends and begins. So when it ends, you need to turn up your boom boxes. All right there by his home, just start turning them up on the lowest note possible. And stick your bullhorns right up next to the speaker. Make sure you got some earplugs in, guys. Protect yourselves. And then begin to bring the walls down. It's easy. But you got to do something. I'm not in New York. I'm not where he is. I can't get to where he is. So somebody's got to go stand in my stay. God love you. Take your boombox with you, your megaphone with you, and stand up and shout, resign, resign, resign. Be the bug that bites him. Be the flea. It's constantly, wherever he goes, pull a Walters thing. If you see him in a store, if you see him in a restaurant, if you see him on the street, you see him getting gas, wherever you see him, act like a fly. Bug him. If you have the power to hack a phone or a computer and flash, resign, 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 constantly across the screen, that'd be a good one. He killed our constitutional rights to impeachment yesterday. He broke his oath. As if he were the very demon himself. And all of his demons in Congress are as guilty as Mayorkas and Schumer. Hello, Danny.
Hey, I just got back home. I figured I'd check, see if y'all was still up there.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Who's that you got with you?
That's Chris. Danny, meet Chris.
Chris, okay. Hey, man, I saw y'all this morning. Ain't no time for criticism, but y'all sitting in the military in DC. I seen a bunch of choppers go by here. I saw a bunch of choppers go by. I figure y'all must have sent him up to DC. Oh yeah, yeah. Got an echo going pretty bad on your side there, brother. You got a bad echo, brother.
Me?
No, we had
Yeah,
no
you need
echo
to turn
problems
off.
when you came in, Danny. It's on
I've
your
got
end.
everything turned off.
Is it? Well, I don't have anything except for the phone.
Yeah, I don't eat. We've been on here and there. Everything's been working.
Are you playing the radio, Danny?
Yeah, I hear music on his end.
Yeah, somebody's got some music over there. So what's going on? Y'all making some plans?
Yep. We need people to go to New York City, find out where Schumer is, and never let that man sleep till he resigns.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know of anybody, that really can make the grade over there in Congress, There's a couple people, but most of them,
The plan
You know?
is, if you are a Democrat, you need to leave the party or be held accountable for Mayorkas's crimes. And I don't care if you're my next door neighbor.
yeah. I heard what's going on over there yesterday. It's pitiful, man. Pitiful. I'm telling you, man, these guys need to realize that Mayorkas, all them guys, they answer to the WHO, and that's it. They don't answer to Congress or Democrats or Republicans. They answer to WHO and WEP. They're so far embedded, they ain't telling us shit. They never mention that shit in Congress. Never
Watch your
mention it.
language, Danny.
So, as soon as you realize that we're dealing with the Convention on Corruption and study that shit, we'll learn how to fight them. But until you
Danny,
start fighting on their platform, you got to fight on their platform, and that's WEF and WHO. That's
Danny,
the platform they listen to.
no, they only listen to Satan. They're demons. You understand?
Yeah.
The only one they're listening to are the followers of Satan. Okay? This is a evil war. This has nothing to do with anything but good versus evil. Period. Okay? And we are in the fight for our very lives. And if we don't start fighting in one way or another, I suggest we be a bug. You still got your phone, Danny. How much service do you have? Can
I'm
you
good.
still make phone calls?
Yeah, I got full service. I'm to go on the road.
Okay. Start calling. We want to be a bug in Schumer's ear. We want to be the bug that he flies. We need to start using the tactics of the other side there at the visual. Let's get us some bullhorns. But enough of that. We had got off that subject, Danny. I was on the subject of the Convoy of Honor. What I've got so far lined up is we have a sit-down dinner show at the Golden Corral on both the 8th and the 9th. The show starts at 7 p.m. And the cost, all you have to do is buy your meal. Okay? And your drinks are free. That's for both the evening of the 8th and 9th. That's the only thing that I have got locked in because I can't drive. I'm unable to walk for any walking across the floor in my little bitty house is more than what I should be walking. So I need a little help in raising $300 to assure that we have the state park for our event. It's vitally important that we secure that as soon as possible. I have to fill out this permit, and I'll be taking that over to them hopefully today. I can get my neighbor to drive me over with that, and I can go ahead and submit the permit, and I can go ahead and make a deposit of $75. I'll find the other $25 if I have to beg for it somewhere, but I need to make the $300 to ensure that we've got all 4 days. It is Veterans Weekend, and it's vitally important that we secure that park as soon as possible. So anybody wants to contribute,
where can I find
Cash App Bug Tussling.
Bug Tussling? Yeah, where can I find the link to this live?
This live at the you want a link to it? Here, I'll put a link in the comments here.
On Facebook or YouTube or?
You probably get it where.
I think Danny and I both are putting it up for you in the comments on YouTube there.
Okay.
Oh, that's the StreamYard.
Yeah, no, he wants the link to the live, which would be on YouTube.
Yeah, I put it up.
Hey, you know what? We got them guys in Canada.
You can share it at the bottom of the live, honey. Just push share.
It's in the chat.
Yeah. Danny's a good guy. He's just a little eccentric.
Ain't we all?
Yes.
We are peculiar people.
Yes. Danny Two Flags. He rode his motorcycle in the convoy with 2 flags hanging off of it.
Yeah. Ooh, excuse me.
He just got his driver's license yesterday, finally. So he can finally leave where he's at, be able to legally drive his truck.
That's one thing that's held me so far back is I'm chained to this house with this computer. I don't have a car. If I had a car, I'd be in Little Rock probably. I'd be at that state house every day, physically. That's what I know to do. It's just get up there and bug around until they run you off. But they can't do that. They're really constitutional. You can't do it. Arkansas Constitution won't let you do it. I'm going to bring the time I please.
Yeah. They found that out. They found it out the Capitol in Jeff City. Okay. It was when Holden was governor. And he decided he was going to take away our, if you filed for Social Security disability, okay, you had a waiting period. During that waiting period, you received a stipend of $70 a month. Yeah, $70. Which as soon as you were awarded your disability case, they take that how many ever months they paid you $70, they take that off the top of your award immediately. Well, Holden decided he was going to take that away. So I went up to the Capitol building in Jefferson City and I stood on a soapbox and I told the story about how we could all learn to wipe our ass with just one piece of toilet paper. Okay?
Yeah.
And I told that story over and over again for about 8 hours, standing there in the rotunda between the 2 houses at the Capitol building. Well, they're closing the Capitol building, so I went out and I got my big refrigerator box and I laid it down on the lawn, and it said Missouri Low Income Housing. And I stuck my sleeping bag in it and put up my little chair outside. Security decided to come by. Said, "You can't have that here." I said, "Why not? I own this lawn." "What do you mean?" I said, "I own that building. I own this lawn. And matter of fact, I'm your boss." "Oh, well, you can't." I said, "Yes, I can." He wanted to argue with me. So next thing you know, there was 3 television stations at the lawn in Jeff City, and there was over 400 cardboard boxes sitting on the lawn with people with sleeping bags and chairs. Do you know that the next day Withholding gave us back our $70 stipend? Imagine that.
Yep.
But I do own that lawn. I'm a Missouri taxpayer and a member of We the People, and I own that lawn. I own that building. That's why I couldn't understand J6, because of the fact that it's the people's building. And I'm sorry, but those people in Congress are only there by our grace. And how can you be charged with trespassing in your own house? I ain't figured that one out yet. I'm angry today, but I have some things I have to talk about, okay? Because I've been on long enough, too long actually, but y'all, if you're anywhere near me and can make your way to me, I'm not allowed to walk or do anything. I have been working diligently to attempt to get my Veterans Memorial Garden finished by Memorial Day. And now I have found myself in a position that I cannot accomplish that in the condition that I'm in presently. We'll find out Tuesday. Now, if they put me in some kind of cast or walking boots or something like that, then I'm okay. I'll manage it if I have to move around on my butt to get it done. But it's a matter of moving stepping stones and breaking up some brick and laying some dirt and laying out new grass. And there's a lot of work to be done for somebody who's not allowed to bend over, lift anything, stand on her feet, or be on her knee. Makes it a little difficult. So if anybody who's watching or listening or knows someone that has the ability to come to where I live and help me with my Veterans Memorial Garden, I sure would appreciate it. What needs to be done can probably be done in very short order with maybe 4 or 5 people. It could be finished, okay? And it could be ready to honor our veterans come Memorial Day. But alas, I cannot physically do the work. And I've got to admit that, because I'm continuing to do the work because I don't feel pain. That's my problem. It doesn't hurt. I can go out there and walk on my feet all day long and it doesn't hurt. But according to the x-rays, I got some bone spurs that are probably cutting some tendons. And I have something that probably a very serious case of plantar fasciitis on both feet at the same time. Not good from the x-rays. We'll find out just how bad it really is Tuesday morning at 8 o'clock when I get my MRIs done of both ankle, feet, and the left knee. Until then, I'm basically stuck in this chair for most of the day with my feet on ice. Well, hello, Nobby.
Hello there.
There you go.
Welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Oh, brilliant. I've got my microphone working then.
but you need to turn it up a little. Yeah, say something so I know you're still there. Nobby.
Yeah, I'm just getting rid of echo at the moment. Just
Okay.
I'll be back. right back. I gotta get up and move around a little bit.
Right, Connor, I think I'm still echoing, but how does it sound? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. All right. So how's things? I've just had visitors, so I'm a bit lost where you are in chat.
Oh, I'm on chat because I'm the Senate, the House brought the articles of impeachment to the Senate yesterday.
Yeah.
And Schumer decided not to hear any evidence or have a trial, and every single Democrat voted with the Democrats to dismiss the case or acquit him, and they're acquitting him from lying to Congress. So therefore, they made it not a crime to lie to Congress.
Yeah, it's exactly the same as happening here.
You're still very quiet, Nobby. I can still barely hear you.
It's not a crime to torture people, the police, etc.
Yes,
etc.
we know that was planned. That was a cyber attack. That was done on purpose. We know that. I watched it. I watched it. It on the live cameras. Yeah.
Is my mic better now?
No.
I've just turned the mic up. Yeah, we're going through a torture case here in England against the British police.
MGB, that's what I'm talking about. We need to start giving them some opposition. It's time to stop pussyfooting around. Excuse my language. It's time to stop that. It's time to start getting tough. Okay?
Yep.
And it starts with filing exempt and changing the voter rolls. Believe me, 500,000 people suddenly go in and switch from Democrat to Republican because of what they did on the Mayorkas deal. It'll get some attention. It'll get some attention as long as we get the attention out there. If we don't share this video, if we don't get on ourselves and do a live and put it out there, and if we don't share this and share it, people aren't going to hear it. That YouTube video that Forbes put out yesterday following the impeachment needs to be shared everywhere, because what they officially did was they stopped the media has to cover a trial in the Senate for impeachment. They must cover it. And in doing so, they would have seen, the American people would have seen all of their lies. They would have seen all of the horrible crimes that Mayorkas has committed in the name of Homeland Security. And they virtually stopped the American people from seeing that. Our job as citizens is to make sure the information gets out. Put it out there everywhere. Let people know what has happened. If you don't get on Forbes, it was Forbes that filmed it all yesterday, every word.
Yeah, Biden's they're abstaining from prosecuting people in their system, police, things like that. They've virtually decriminalized hundreds and hundreds of English constitutional laws.
Yes. And we must eliminate this government and start over again. Okay?
Absolutely.
I think that everybody should be fired and have to be rehired based on their merits of their actions while in
each country, or as you call it, states in America, should have their own freedom for independence. The same as England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland.
I agree, Nobby. And
it
there
should
are 26 states right now. There are 26 states.
for the people, not
We
by
have
some
26 states preparing to succeed right now.
Yeah. And one struggling to getting out of there is Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is Yorkshire's sister.
Yeah. Once a state succeeds, it stops paying the government money for protection.
You don't need to be paying the government for any protection. The maximum of taxation, for example, for imports and exports should be set to something like 10%.
Nobby, you're breaking up really bad.
The taxation, things like that, should be set in each state, say to 10% import, things like that, you know. So you
The
get
problem is as America goes the country, the world. Okay.
The American wasn't even a thing in 1707.
Nobby, you're really garbled. Well, I've got 10 people watching. MGB, the actual, we're calling it a cruise this year. Okay, because convoy, well, we can call it a convoy, but it's the Convoy of Honor cruise around Branson. And it is slated to begin at between 9 and 10 on the 9th of November. Do I need to repeat that? The actual cruise around Branson will commence at approximately 10. We're going to line up between 8 and 10, and we'll be pulling out at 10 a.m. to make our stroll around our cruise around Branson. Okay. It will commence at 10 a.m., giving people time to get here. If they're coming from like Springfield or Arkansas or someplace close, they just need to know that we're going to start lining up at 8 a.m. And I'm not sure, I have not been able to lock down our lineup destination area yet. It could be the Welk Theater or the Red Roof. I need to work on both of those for our lineup area. Okay. It's not something we really need to ask permission for because they're all public parking lots. Truthfully. But it's also best if I know where we're going so we can advertise it that way. And yes, dear, I would love for you to get some posters or flyers out or anything. If you want to give me a call, MGB, it's easier for me if I can just speak with you on the phone and tie things down because I can't do posters. I have no way of doing that. I don't have like Office or anything like that on my little laptop. So I can't afford the program. Okay, they want to charge me, what is it, $199 for the program after I've already paid. I bought Office 360 back when Christ was an altar child, and it's no longer supported.
Not every day. I put cruise around Branson, Missouri, November 8th through 11th. Starts at 8 a.m. Central.
No, the cruise is not every day. The cruise is only on the 9th. The Convoy of Honor event, our festivities and events start on the 8th at the state park.
Right. But
Okay.
y'all are going around, y'all are cruising around every day?
No, just on the 9th.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to disrupt the tourist traffic of Branson every day. Okay. We're going to disrupt them for a few hours on the 9th. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Now, other people will be probably going out. I hope that people come to the Convoy of Honor and enjoy Branson. Okay. But we're going to hopefully, and with the permit that we have to get that insurance. If we get raise enough money to have the park the way we want it, the God and Country stage truck is planning on coming. That'll give us a stage. We'll be doing we'll have some entertainers. We'll have some karaoke, may have a talent contest. We can do whatever we want. We can have vendors. The only thing we cannot do, because of insurance and problems, is we cannot sell food. Okay? All right? Now, nothing stops us from, giving away a hot dog, okay, and taking up a donation. But we cannot sell food because it's not prepared in a certified kitchen. You can't sell food. Okay? But you can sell t-shirts and hats and stickers and buttons because this town is going to be Trump silly that week. It really will. Trump wins on the 5th. This town is going to be one huge Trump party from end to end. And everybody's going to want that new t-shirt. All them veterans are going to want to come out and buy a t-shirt now, Ray, if you're listening. Okay? They're going to be coming out to do that. So I got to get this permit, and I got to get the cost for the insurance done. $300 gets us 4 days of a festival area. And the state park's a nice big area to have a festival in. And we can have citizens. Huh?
That's 3 days. That's 3 days after the election.
Yeah. And it gives everybody a chance to go vote and get here. And I don't care if you live in California or New York, you got time to vote on the 5th and get here by the 8th.
Yeah. Good deal.
And the fact that it changes because it's always on the same dates of a month every year. So it changes as to the period of time. Well, this one actually falls on over the weekend of Veterans Week, the weekend period. So it's going to be a lot more people here because of that. That's why we got to get this reservation in ASAP. So anybody out there knows anybody that wants to help or anybody's planning on coming, I need you to go and make a donation to the Cash App for the Convoy of Honor, which is Cash App Bug Tussling. That's BUGTUSSLING. BUGTUSSLING. Any donation? Huh?
BUGGTUSS.
It's not 2 G's. It's 1 G.
Bugger tuttling.
BUGTUSSLER.
No, that's Bug Tussler. My Cash App is Bug Tussling.
ING. TSLING.
It's got a silent K in it.
BUGTUSSLING. Yep. Okay, I got you. Just make sure you get the right one. I did it. I did the wrong one the last time, didn't I? No, I did. I did it right the first time.
Okay.
All right. I ain't perfect. I'm just here.
All the money that goes in there between now and the convoy will be used to make the convoy happen. Like I said, I managed to because I have good friends with Golden Corral since Golden Corral opened their doors. You're expecting a new grandbaby.
Yay.
Really? Lake Lady? That would be absolutely wonderful. Okay? I mean, that you just raised the hair on the back of my neck, thinking that somebody might come and help me with my memorial garden. I have really put a lot of work into this thing. In fact, let me let me take you all for a walk just to my front door, okay? Because I'm not supposed to be walking on these feet, but you gotta walk once in a while. You gotta go get a cup of coffee, you gotta go to the refrigerator. You have to walk once in a while. Anyway, I'm gonna open the door here. And you all gonna have to tell me when you can see that because I'm doing this on my laptop. Can you see that, Chris? Chris,
We can see you.
can you see the garden?
I see it.
Okay.
I had to mute my mic because all this ringing and a bungling and a buzzing and a noising going on.
Well, all my irises are popping,
You've got
getting ready to bloom everywhere.
Yep.
That concrete there. I set on my button hammer that X that out. I've got 2 more pieces to hammer out and some blocks to move. And then I'm going to be taking dirt and I'm going to be covering all of this rock up with good lawn soil. And I bought this roll of grass seed that you unroll it and wet it and it grows grass. And I'm going to turn all of that rock out there into grass. And the flowers are all pretty near in. I've got a concrete bench out there. It has to get moved. The guy who moved it there didn't put it down right, and it's too close to where I can't work around it. It has to move over, but I can't lift it or pick it up or move it. I can't even scoot the damn thing. It's all made out of concrete. But it's where I can't get to my morning glories. I got morning glories growing all over the back. Should be blooming by Memorial Day. But I need to train them so that they're not going everywhere. And I can't get to them. Okay. So I'm trying really, really hard to get it done. I've been working on it, and then this happened. All of a sudden I looked down and both of my feet looked like great big balloons and are purple. And I didn't know what was going on. I got really, really weak and ended up at the emergency room. And now we're waiting on MRIs of both feet, both ankles, and my left knee. It's dealing me a fit too. So as soon as I know what's going to happen, I was in the process yesterday of rearranging my house because I have ordered a reclining, vibrating footrest type office chair that not only swivels, but it rolls around on 5 wheels. Well, in order to roll around in my house and allow me to do what I need to do without my feet, I've got to move some furniture around. Well, I started yesterday by removing rugs because it's not going to roll on rugs. I still have another big rug to remove, but I'm doing my very best to get done what I can get done. And I'm going to tell you what, Lake Lady, if you want to come over, you know I'm over at the Stagecoach RV Park. I'm on side 11 off of 165 by the dam. If you want to come over and give me a hand, bring a friend. The more hands I have, the faster I can get it done. Okay, I've only got 2 bags of lawn dirt so far. Okay, if somebody wants to get a hold of Lowe's and order a bag of, I'm using that Scott's Lawn Builder lawn soil. It's right at $10 a bag, and I'm going to need about 6 more bags. Now, I want this so bad that I will go in debt at what is it, 19 or 20% interest per bag just to get it done. I'm using that rollout tall fescue. It's a roll. It has all the seeds in it. It comes in a roll, and I got a 2 foot by 50 foot that I've already bought. will be in probably Friday. It should arrive. They had to ship it. But that's only 50 feet. And I probably can use 2 more rolls. But I'm going to get what I can get. And I'm going to take it as far as I can. And if I have to go in debt on my credit card to get more, I will. I want this memorial garden done so bad. I've always had a life's dream I want to make the cover of Better Homes and Garden magazine. Is that foolish? Let me know in the chat if you think that's a foolish idea. I've been trying to grow a beautiful flower garden, and every time I get one built, somebody makes me move and destroy it.
Miss Mona, can you see what Lake Lady's putting in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
Lake Lady, you have my phone number, correct? If not, I will put it in the chat. It's public on Convoy of Honor. It's public everywhere, so I don't mind my number. Yes.
If you put that on, I'll be ringing you.
Thank you, Lake Lady. I appreciate that. It's just been, I've tried, and the owners here at this park have made out a thing that if I followed their rules, I'd have to tear everything out. And I'm not following their rules. I'm paying $550 a month for this little bitty site. And it's all I've got. And damn it, I ought to be able to enjoy it because I live here. $550 a month for a 50, well, it ain't even 50 feet. I bet it's 30 feet wide and about, well, I can tell you, it's 40 feet long. And I got my travel trailer sitting in here. And I live here. And I've put out a lot of money to make my little site something that we can enjoy, everyone can enjoy. I built a deck. I poured a pad. I bought a gazebo. And I've put up lights. And I've planted flowers. It's taken 3 years to get these flowers to actually be where I could actually make them a picture and actually create that scene I want to put on to send to Better Homes and Gardens. Okay? I'm working very hard to do that. The Veterans Parade will be on the 11th, MGB. It'll be on the 11th. Lineup starts at 9 a.m. and the parade kicks off at 11. And that goes along the Branson Landing and up Commercial and back to it. They line up at the convention center, at the Hilton Convention Center parking lot, and where they line up, and they'll be pulling out across the tracks and going down Landing Boulevard, Commercial, turning left on Commercial, and going down Commercial Street. Believe me, there will be 5 people deep along the route, the entire length of it. So it's one of those things that you get there at 7 and set your chair up if you're wanting to be and watch the parade. Got to get there early.
7 o'clock.
So, but they actually start lining up. The parade people have to be start lining up at 9 a.m. and it takes about 2 hours. Everybody lined up in the parking lot, and then they kick it off with the color guard at 11 sharp on the 11th. And then everybody in town starts feeding our vets for free. Yeah, you can eat it at a whole lot of restaurants, usually about Applebee's, Pizza Ranch, I think Bob Evans has got in on it a couple of times. Anyway, there'll be a whole list of restaurants that IHOP feeds breakfast free on Veterans Day. I believe Denny's does too. So y'all know that. And if you're a vet, we don't let you go hungry in Branson. Okay. Now, MGB, Our dinner shows are on the 8th and 9th at Golden Corral. Seating is limited. We need to find a way to take reservations because we are limited to 108 people in the room. I have 8 people in my crew, so there are 100 seats available for each show, and the show starts at 7 p.m. at the Little Theater at Golden Corral. The cost of admission is you have to purchase dinner. That dinner also includes a 15% gratuity, but but bottomless drinks. Okay. So anybody can go back on this and get that information. The most pressing thing, and I'm sorry, I wish it wasn't that way because I do pay taxes on that park. But the most pressing thing right now is reserving that state park pavilion park area. And for those 4 days, it's $75 a day. So it comes to $300. But that gives us 4 days with that to do with that beautiful venue from 9 in the morning till 10 at night. That part of the park does close at 10. But if we're mostly all of us camping in the state park, we can still have a great time. That's when we just move down to a couple of campsites and have a campfire, down there and get together and chit chat in the evening. Okay. Yes, Chris, that's very good. And so the morning of the 8th, I don't know what we're going to do about breakfast. I haven't spoken to Norma yet or any of the others because we do have full use of the kitchen at the Stagecoach RV Park for all 4 days also. I have reserved the clubhouse. I'm paying $550 a month, and I'm going to use the clubhouse for 4 days for sure. But we do have a full kitchen in the clubhouse. And if we are able to raise enough funds over and above our actual cost of reservations and insurance, perhaps we can have breakfast catered at the RV park by one of the entities around here. That can be arranged. Or if somebody wants to come here and scramble eggs and cook bacon, we got a Blackstone grill, we got an oven, we got a stove. We even got a hot table if we need it. Okay. Our cold table. I think it's a cold table. Anyway, we've got a serving table. We've got roasters, ovens. We got what we need for if anybody wants to cook. I'm not cooking this year, guys, because 1 week after the convoy leaves, I start cooking Thanksgiving dinner for two police departments, the sheriff's department, the volunteer fire department, and the EMTs. So, and for my park, my campground also Thanksgiving dinner. If I'm cooking it, I might as well cook everybody's. But I cook a lot, and I cook for over 300 people for Thanksgiving dinner, and so I don't want to cook for the convoy this year. I cooked better than $3,000 worth of food last year, total. So I'm not doing that this year. I don't have the money. Number one, I had needed to rotate a lot of food out, so I did that in my stores. But now my stores are at the point I need to keep everything I got. So, folks, if somebody wants to come cook breakfast for Thanksgiving or breakfast for the convoy, we have the room. That's been reserved. So we've got the 2 nights at the Golden Corral. We've already locked that in. I've already locked in the clubhouse at the Stagecoach RV Park. That's already done. Okay. I have just got the pit permit. They just sent it to me. Got it printed out yesterday. I'm going to fill it out, and I will be taking it across the street and hand delivering it to them. Now, I could go in debt to pay that reservation. But my credit card's expensive on interest, and I really can't afford to do that. If I knew I was going to get it back, if somebody, by the way, if you want to use a Zella, I do have a Zella account, and it's Miller M573@gmail.com.
I couldn't hear what you said.
Okay,
Hang on here. One more time. Hang on. Zelda
Zella, yeah.
is
Miller M.
M
573
573
at gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
That'll go directly into my bank account, but be sure you notify me that well, they usually, the bank notifies me, but make sure you notify me because I'll need to go pull that out of my bank account as soon as it drops so that the dreaded IRS don't charge me tax on it, okay? But I had to spend my chair. They don't make chairs for handicapped people really that like recliners that will fit in this small space I live in. Okay. So I had to go in debt and purchase a chair. Now, fortunately, I got it through Amazon. And my landlord has an Amazon Prime account, so she is going to order the chair for me. But even then, it still came to $185. Well, in order to do that, I had to take the money I put back for baby's heart guard, and she's due to have a vet visit, which is going to be about $125. And then it's like another $100 almost for the year's worth of heart guard. And I took that money that I had put back for that and added some of my put back for extra rent money, and I bought the chair because I've got to have it. Okay. My feet are never going to heal if I don't get them up. And every time I lay down in the bed, I go to sleep, and I'm sleeping all day long if I do that. But every hour that I sit, my feet swell. So I needed to get something that was going to have a footrest, and I was going to recline. And due to the problems of my feet, my back is becoming really bad. So this chair not only offers me a recliner and a way to put my feet up, but it also offers me vibrating massage on that hamstring area that's torn, my lower lumbar, and my thoracic back. And it also offers heat, so it can help. And I had to have it. It wasn't a case of, oh, well, you know, it's not, it became a necessity when my feet became so bad. So, if anybody wishes to help me with the chair or the cost of the chair, I'll accept it. Okay, you just have to make sure it's earmarked for that. If you send me anything in Zilla or the Cash App, I'm begging. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I really don't. No, I really do need it. Okay. All right. If you want to market vet money, that's fine too. Baby needs to see a vet, and she needs to be able to get her heart guard. And I didn't know whether I put baby or me first. Well, I'm not going to do baby any good if I don't take care of me.
Yep.
Okay. I got to take care of me first. And it's becoming more vitally important that I have this chair, to the point that I'm risking everything else to get this house turned around so that I can fit that chair in here and be able to access my sink, my refrigerator, and my bed and my bathroom from that chair. That became more important. I don't need to use my feet to move that chair around because the way that chair is made, I can literally use my arm crutches in this small house. I can use arm crutches in place of hand wheels. You know, I can use my arm crutches, and I can oar myself or long pole myself around this kitchen. I don't want to lose all my freedom, so I bought the chair.
Yeah,
And
Mona,
they,
can I just interrupt you a minute? Can you hear me?
yes,
I've sent you a link in private chat on StreamYard.
oh, okay.
I highly recommend that you have a look at that page in particular and get hold of my friend who's called Werner, who deals with all this stuff. Yeah, it's very interesting. It'll help your feet and everything. You know, I'm loving your T-shirt, by the way. We stand with Texas over here,
Yeah.
not Texas.
All right, I'll take a look at that. Dobby, when you understand that what's going on, actually, I have a kind of form of leprosy, okay, in the fact that I do not feel pain. And I also have some bone diseases that cause my bones to calcify at old breaks and grow sharp spurs. Well, because my ankles and heels have both been broken, I have bone spurs. Well, most people recognize those bone spurs at the very beginning of their growth. I don't know that they're there till they cut ligaments and tendons in two. Okay. The plantar tendon on the bottom of my foot is being cut by a bone spur coming off of my big toe, off of the side of my ankle, and off of my heel bone. The heel bone one is cutting the Achilles tendon along the back of my leg. I still have no pain, okay? And if you do any research on plantar fasciitis, you will find out that one of the main things about it is it's extremely painful. That's how people know there's something wrong. It makes them quit walking on their feet because something's wrong. I don't know there's something wrong in my head until it's too late.
Can I interrupt you again? What?
It's called congenital insensitivity to pain. When they first found out I had it, there was only 20 known cases in the world. There are now over 200 known cases in the United States. I carry the rare blood type that comes from Scotland that has this. It means that the pain genomes in my brain did not form properly. So the legs of those genomes are short. So the signal doesn't get to the pain receptor until it becomes excruciating. I have pain, but my pain doesn't go gradually. I can break it. I broke my ankle in 6 places. Most people would be screaming in pain all the way to the hospital. I broke my ankle in 6 places. It hurt for maybe 15 seconds. And then it hurt no more.
And also, can I just say that I'm going to put down in private chat for you, Mona, right?
Yeah.
The personal email of Werner, right?
Yeah.
Just say that Nobby give you this email, yeah?
Okay.
And talk all about what you've just been talking about to him. Yeah?
Okay.
There you go. It'll really, really, really help you. Do that when you've got half an hour spare, whatever, you know?
Yeah. Let me copy that.
And by the way, the gentleman on the top right in red jumper, I don't know your name. Hello there.
His name's Chris.
Hello,
Hey,
Chris.
Chris.
All right.
My name on there.
Yeah, I didn't know what your name was. But honestly, Mona, you know, I'll give you my email address as well. I think you maybe already have it anyway. But you can email
Okay.
me and tell me how much of a wonderful experience you had with Werner, because Werner will phone you if you need to speak to him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, wait just a minute. I'm setting up a an email to email him. All right.
Don't do
I'm
it
back.
now. Don't do it now. Do it when you're concentrating. You know.
Right, but all I did was set it up, put the address in, so and
Just
treat
put it
it
there. It's ready. Yeah.
so that I've got it. All right, that was the best way
Yeah.
for me to do that.
Yeah. That's what I used
Uh,
to do as well.
but
Don't
no,
spam my email address. Mona, don't spam my email address. Here you go.
well, the minute that they say bone spurs, okay, in an X-ray, I panic. Sorry,
You don't.
I had a bone spur. I had a
Listen,
bone
Mona,
spur chew
right,
my rotor cuff completely in two, and
you're
I didn't
hurting
know
yourself.
anything was wrong until I lost all use of my right arm.
Can you just hear what I'm saying? Right, my own opinion, yeah, but I know it's to be true. Getting X-rays in your condition when you've got a bone disease like what you've got, where you've got spiky bone syndrome, whatever they call it, yeah, it's not really good to be irradiated by any type of X-rays.
Well, there's the thing is the only way that they can tell what's wrong with me
It's
because
the only
most
way
people,
they can. They only give you a symptom to be able to give you a title of a symptom. Werner, the person who I've just given you his personal email address, will give you the solution to your illness. Your
okay.
doctor is
Well,
only
they'd have
scanning you
to
and
go in.
proving that you've got an illness. They're
Okay,
not
the
helping you.
solution is not okay. What is happened to me is not unusual. Okay,
No,
what
and it's
the
curable.
injuries I get are not. I mean, people get injured. The only
Curable.
the problem begins when the brain does not detect the injury.
The thing is with peptides, right? How peptides work? Do you understand what peptides are?
Okay, I will look it up for you. I promise. But I've done a lot of
I
research
can
on
quickly
CIPA.
explain it to you. I can
Okay,
explain it to you in about 2 minutes what it is, basically.
okay,
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I've been searched and researched. I've done everything. This is
But
a brain.
by the wrong people.
This
These
is in my DNA.
researchers are terrorists.
This
These
is a
doctors are
DNA.
terrorists.
Huh?
These professors are all terrorists. They're there to harm you. You've got to get a real doctor that you know, that lives on your street or speaks your language. You know, a real doctor or a real nurse, you know?
Honey,
Not a Biden
Nobby,
worker.
do you think I made it 69 years with this disease, one of the oldest people to live on earth with it? Do you think I made it this many years without knowing what my disease is?
I'm 61. I'm near as old as you are.
Okay. I know what when you break a finger, do you know it's broke?
I broke my ankle once and it was a swear word for about 3 months. Yeah.
Okay, what if you never had any pain? Would you have got it fixed?
No, because I'd have been ignorant.
You wouldn't know it's broke, right?
Exactly.
Well, I fell 14 feet in the Army, and I landed standing up on my left ankle. It broke. The heel bone cracked, and the ankle broke. I didn't know it was broke for over 72 hours. I ran 26 miles on a broken heel bone and ankle because I didn't have no pain. I didn't know it was broke. By the time the break was discovered, I had slivered the heel bone and ankle bone into 32 slivers of bone.
Like
because I didn't know it was broke. I was unaware of the injury.
Did you know this was going to happen to you? Or was this a discovery, this accident that you had?
Well, some people who get like tendonitis, it hurts. So they support it, they baby it for a little while, in a week or so it's gone. Okay. I don't know. I've had tendonitis, probably severely tendonitis, for probably over 2 years. And it's been left untreated, uncared for, and damaged more and more every day. In that case, in 9 times out of 10, well, I've had 26 surgeries based on that type of thing, where I have injured myself and it's went totally untreated for weeks and months. Okay. And that becomes a problem. The biggest problem is internally. I can have a heart attack and not feel it.
We know where you are.
I will never have the chest pain.
We know where you are, and we know that we can cure you. You can cure yourself. Yeah, you can feel happier, more relaxed. You know?
Well, if you can tell me, if someone's going to tell me how to
Have a look.
regrow
This is
brain
what I'm on.
cells,
This is what I'm on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it regrow? Does it regrow genomes? Does it change your DNA?
The one particular, I'll tell you, I'll give you a link to one that you want, but it's going to take me 40 minutes to be able to find out what exactly your deficiencies are, or whatever, you know, in peptides. Yeah.
I still can't. Honey, you are whispering.
Yeah, he's kind of muffled a little bit.
I've got the right mic. It's like I'm touching the microphone. What peptides do, right? So imagine you're a baby, yeah? You start growing teeth and things like that, you know, pretty quickly. And then what happens when you're probably a teenager? You go through a massive growth spurt, a massive brain development, for example. And how peptides work is the peptides are taken from an animal. I'm sorry, the meat, and they come from the cattle, come from cows. The cows are bred normally and fed to the mother like normally they are. They're let out into the field when they're 6 months old. They then get herded back to the peptide makers. They are then killed humanely, and every part, every liver, heart, tendons, electronic organs to the brain, to this, that, and other, everything is made into particular peptides that target particular diseases. Like what I'm targeting my pancreas disease that I've got lung disease, and I've got thyroid disease. I'm taking peptides for them now. I've got rid of all pharmacy from my doctors and everything for the last 4 years. I've stopped doing anything by the liars, the doctors, the King Obama doctors, you know, and all through the help of now he's my friend Werner, which I've given you his personal email address to. He will explain everything to you.
Nobby,
you know,
Nobby, will peptides stitch my tendons back together?
it will make your body able to remember when you were a child and a baby. Yeah, your body learned how to make teeth. Your body learned to make lungs. Your body learned to make eyes, liver, teeth, everything in the womb. That is, yeah. Once you're born, after about a few years, your body's no longer growing organs. It's no longer growing teeth.
Baby.
And things like that. It doesn't need that remembering part of its parts. Like, and what peptides do is gives you your birth memory of when you were growing your broken legs, or when you were growing your now broken lungs, or like when you now you can't fix your lungs or legs and things like that unless it remembers how to build them like you used to be able to do when
Nobby,
in the womb. Yeah.
I need to ask questions. Okay. Okay, so I break a bone, I take a peptide, and the bone will heal itself.
No, not
okay.
No.
I have tendons.
What will happen?
I don't have a disease. I don't have a disease.
No,
I have an
it's not
injury.
anything to do with disease or anything. Yeah, nothing. It could be to do with electrons from your brain going to your pain, things like that. Electrodes.
But
It could be muscles. It could be anything. But that over time, over 69 years, has forgotten. And what peptides do is remind it to go, hey, up. You know, what on earth's going on here? I better fix it myself. Yeah.
well,
And you
okay.
fix yourself then. You know?
All right, I got to ask a question because this is exactly what I have. Okay, can peptides change the color of my eyes?
Why would you need to do that?
Then how are peptides going to change my DNA?
No.
Congenital insensitivity to pain is part of my genome.
Yeah.
It's part of my DNA.
Which
that I would that was
developed in
passed
the
down
womb of your mother in your egg.
That's been
with the
passed
sperm of your
down.
father.
for generations.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, and it diminishes over generational time. However, I ended up with
Right. This is a really complicated question you're asking me. Ask Werner. He'll know exactly what you're talking
I will.
about.
I will. I've got that. I've got the connection. So
Yeah.
But that's. But right now, my
I've only been
my
learning this
problem's
4
not the
years.
pain.
Werner's
I'm in
been
no
doing
pain.
it for 30 odd years. Yeah.
I'm in zero pain. Period. Okay, no pain at all.
Yeah, herbs are good for that.
But I have a foot that looks like a balloon. Okay,
Yeah, it's
on the top and the bottom
it's,
because of injury
water, isn't it?
left
It's in-
untreated.
Is it, are your
Now
feet
I'm in
full-
the process of getting the injury treated.
Is your feet
Okay.
full of water?
Now I know from experience I'm going to have surgery on
it-
both feet.
Is your bulging feet full of water?
Huh?
Is your feet full of water where they're bulging?
My feet are not full of water.
Okay, so what is it? Muscular bruising, the lump?
It's tendon and ligament damage
So it's
that's
pain and
making my
lumps.
feet swell.
All right, they're swollen. Right, thank you. Yeah.
Okay? Anytime I walk on them, they swell. If I let them hang down, they swell. It's because I have serious sprains to both ankles, complicated with a case of bone spur caused plantar fasciitis, which is where the big ligament that runs along the bottom of my foot has been cut and been torn. So therefore, every time I step down, I should scream. It should be causing pain because it's extremely tender because it's been cut. I don't feel that pain. So every time I take a step, that big wide tendon across the bottom of my foot is tearing and ripping with every step I make, more and more as it drags over the already existing bone spurs. They're acting like knives on the bottom of my feet every time I take a step. So we're going to go in, we're going to see if there isn't a way to fix it. I know that they're going to go in and they're going to take the bone spur off. They're going to stop the fact that it is cutting the tendons. Okay, that's a microscopic surgery that's done in-house, okay, or you might say. But then they're going to take a look at how badly has the bone spur cut the Achilles tendon. The one off my heel is cutting the Achilles tendon. The one off of my big toe and the side of my foot is cutting the plantar tendon on the bottom of my feet, and has been cutting it for a long time. God only knows how long that saw blade has been working inside of my body to cut tendons and ligaments. Okay? That's the problem.
Get back onto the subject of your thingy, Bob, because this is getting a bit medical, isn't it?
I'm going to get treated for the rips and the tears and the injuries. If I let it go unattended, they're going to get infected. Now, once they get infected like a leopard, I'm going to end up losing my feet because of the severe infection that I'm not going to have any idea I got until I look down and there's red streaks running up my leg. Right?
Anyway, Mona,
So I have a chance
talk
right
to
now,
somebody
Tuesday.
that I recommended, yeah, and just get on with your show. I'm sorry.
Oh,
for-
I'll talk to him. But anyway, so everybody in my chat knows that's my problem. And so I'm going to do what I know how I have to do. I've got it scheduled. I go in Monday or Tuesday at 8 a.m. so they can take a look and see how much damage has been done to both my feet, both ankles, and this left knee. So we're going to find out. And I have suspicion in my mind that they're going to take me off my feet permanently for a little while by doing surgery on both feet at the same time. Ergo, the reason for buying the chair, so that I can take care of myself. Okay. All right, guys. Everybody, I got to run too. I've been on long enough. I don't know how long I've been on. I can't see the timer.
Yeah, I'm out of
Okay.
that conversation. I can tell you that I want a cup of tea.
Yeah. All right. I got to go, guys. Don't forget to share this with your friends. I love you.
Love you
And
too.
hugs to
Have a great
everybody.
day. Nobby, you have a great day, brother.
Yeah, same, mate. Yeah, right. I'm waving now. There you go.
Oh, she gone. All right.
Find StreamYard now to turn it off.
You too, man. I gotta go too. I'll see you around.
Yeah, bye, man. Yeah, you can take my email address if you want the contact.
I can't even hear you. I can barely hear
my
you.
email address as well, mate. I trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, right on. Yeah, I'm just I'm out too, brother. I'll see you later.
Yeah, bye, bye, bye.
And it's not this, it's that.